Hi, my name is Andrzej Krzywda, I'm 2148, and you're watching this video because I decided to share my path, my quest to become an international master one day, maybe in a few years from now. And I'm trying to play against better opponents now and trying to improve my games. So this time I have played against Krzysztof Banasik. I think he's a master candidate or maybe a master with 2240 rating. I know him for a long time, but it was the first classic game we played together. I'm playing white. So I started with e4 and he plays his usual French, and I decided to go for a little sideline. Early a3 is not the main line, definitely. It doesn't give white the advantage, but I can try to get the game into a less known territory. So knight e7 means that he doesn't go de4, where there are many variations are either f3 or queen g4. So this is my, I think, more calm approach. And now c5. The main line here is to go ed5, ed5, dc5. This is possible. So even though the pawns are very weak, black will have to lose some time to recapture them. I actually go knight f3, which is, I think, a worse move, but at the same time, it's a move which keeps the tension here, and very often black has some problems like with making the decision. But I think objectively knight f3 doesn't look good. Now c4. I think this is good to me. Now there is no pressure, but I still haven't played e5. Like with e5, that would be a normal move, normal structure, but I haven't played e5, which means that for black, black needs to find a different plan than usual. Queen a5. This is I think this is a good move, making some problems with c3, and I went with queen e1, which is a bit unusual, but I think very often in these positions, queen doesn't have a clear path somewhere here because the bishop is problematic. So now I can go queen e1, and maybe in the future I will play f3 or e4, and then my queen will be ready to attack on this place. Castle, rook b1 to prevent bishop d7, because this is what is needed black to finish development. Now b6 would be kind of problematic, because then I can go e5, I can try this line, and queen doesn't have an easy way back. But still, this is just normal position. He decides to play d4, which is good for me because I was waiting for this. However, I think objectively this is still good for him. Knight g5, knight d5, a good move, and now if I go knight e4 to recapture now and defend the c3, he can actually go for f5, and there is a crazy line in here, which I haven't seen on the board, but he can go knight c3, being, here's the pin. I take the pawn, he takes here, and here it may look like white is better because there's a problem with this knight, and there are two pieces attacked, and wherever the queen goes, I have some moves to build the tension even more. However, there's this crazy move queen c3, which solves all black problem, and black simply gets out of this with one pawn more. So that's a nice thing. So bishop d2 to try to solve the problem of c3 forever. At the same time, I'm sacrificing this. I know I will have to sacrifice this. So this is quite a strong decision here. Knight b6. Black doesn't want to leave this pawn. So knight b6 is a way of defending this pawn. At the same time, he's moving his pieces to the queen side. I'm now looking at his king because my pieces can have some potential to create some threats here. Knight e4. So there was possibility to also play f3, and if takes, then I can probably go queen h4, and if h6, then knight f3. I have a lot of threats, so I'm a pawn down, and I have a lot of threats here. So I think that would be, in a practical game, this should be better for me. But the problem with f3 is that he can go e3, and now I don't think it's that really good, because now he has his knight back. But still, I think that was worth going here. I played knight e4, tried not to overthink too much and play quickly. e5, so black wants to finish his development and solve the problems. So now I have to be careful, because otherwise I will have a worse position with worse pawns. Okay, so very active knight d6, attacking this, also preventing the bishop from being developed in knight b7. So many of my moves were against developing this bishop. Queen a3 to, so he takes the pawn I sacrificed, and now he seems to be like consolidating. So a pawn up, but consolidating. And now he's threatening e d4, which I didn't want to solve by d e5, because I think the knight would be like a bit too strong here. I would have to go back with this bishop, and I didn't like it. And then maybe knight g4 would be problematic. So what I would do is I'm close to deciding that I want to sacrifice the second pawn, but at the same time I'm developing my queen to an active position, and now I'm developing my rook. But where is the place for this rook? So rook d1 seems obvious. You should always put your rook in the line with the queen when possible, because it creates some interesting threats. However, as we will see later, there are reasons why rook e1 would be better. But let's try to see rook d1 first. So rook d1, and now dc3, bishop c3, and I have this super active position. So all my pieces are playing very well, very active. I'm one pawn down for this, but it's looking all very great. And he goes for this exchange like suggestion, and here I was thinking for a while, and I went for this exchange, which was a very bad decision overall. However, I couldn't find a good move in here, because I was calculating queen h4, but then queen g4, and black solves all the problems. Nothing is happening. So here I have this problem with this bishop. If I take, bishop takes f3, bishop can go back to c8. And with this ending, we get a similar ending, but even without this doubled pawns and without a tempo to be win. So, and here is where you can see the difference. If the rook was on e1 and we go the same line, queen g4 wasn't really that much of a threat, because after take, there is no tempo on d1, and I can go rook b7, and the pawns are equal, and with the pair of bishop it should be much better. So yeah, so what else? If not take, which I went for, and this was like a decision to go for a draw, because there are some simplifications on the horizon. The move which I didn't see, and this is my weakness. It's once again, if you watched one of my previous videos, I also didn't move my queen back. So I'm trying to be too much forward sometimes, and I don't see moves which are back. So queen e3 was the move to play. And the point here is not to calculate too much variations, because there are so many possible moves that you can't really calculate everything. I think we just need to rely in such positions on some abstract thinking here, and imagining where my pieces will be in the future, because there is no way of calculating everything here. So probably the main line would be queen c2, which is like bishop d3. He can't take on c3 because bishop h7, and this is like the threat here. But queen a4 seems to be solving some of the problems, but then we have this beautiful bishop g7, winning immediately. So he just, well, has to take, but now check, and queen h6, and we are winning on this move, or in this move. So that was beautiful. I haven't seen this. From this position, I haven't seen this being possible, although it's something that I should be trying to consider. However, black has also another move, bishop f5, which is natural, developing at the cost of a piece, at the cost of a pawn. And now bishop c2 shouldn't be good, because rook d7, and I'm just winning on this place. However, there is one position where even this move is losing, because bishop f7, and black is also losing. But here's one move where black holds the position, and it's knight a5. He would have to find this move, which is not that difficult to find, but always risky. So this would be with this line. This is probably a draw. However, we have opposite color bishops, probably drawish endings, but in the middle game, opposite color bishops are better for the player who holds the initiative. And I think I could create some initiative. Bishop c3, queen d4, queen e5, maybe h4, if h5, maybe queen d4, rook e3, rook g3. So I do have some plans here. It's probably not winning, but at least creating the pressure. At the same time, Blake probably wants to try to do something with this pawn here. Alright, so what was in the game? So in the game I didn't move my queen back. I went for this because I kind of like the simplifications, and I was decided that okay, I'm okay with a draw for now because I couldn't see, you know, an initiative better. So now, without queen e3, I went for rook d6, which is a nice move because I'm threatening rook g6, king h7 is forced. Now bishop d5, so now I'm making this pressure here. So knight d5 probably will be met by bishop a5. So here black is losing a piece, losing a pawn, and this is how the game ended. I think now he played rook c8, but he could have played a4 to create some more threats, but still I think that's a position I should be able to defend. After this we agreed to a draw, which is not a bad result. He's slightly stronger, and it is according to my plan not to risk too much. However, I do regret I haven't seen queen e3, and I need to work on this weakness that not always I have to go forward. Sometimes a little moment to go back would be also okay. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks for being with me in my journey to become an international master. If you see any better moves, any better plans in this position, it's very motivating to get comments. So thanks, and see you in the next video.